Very good morning, children. I am Deepa, your physical science teacher from Dr. Besant English Medium School. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and you are watching all the videos and you are learning from that. Right? Okay. And before starting listening the video, you should be ready with what? You should be ready with all your books. Okay, textbook, running notes, your pen, everything you should be ready. And as every video I am telling, you should note down all the important points, whatever I am writing on the board. Clear, children? Okay. Now, continuation of our previous session. Before going to the continuation, first let us recall what we learned up to now in this chapter. What is the chapter we are learning? We are learning about friction. So up to now in this chapter we learned what is meant by friction, and we learned two types of frictions. What are they? Static friction and sliding friction. Okay, and also we learned the factors affecting the friction. In previous session, previous video, we learned what are the factors affecting the friction. What are that? Have you remembered? What are the factors that affecting friction? One is, most important one is roughness or smoothness of the surface. Isn't it? As the surface is rough, friction will be more. And the surface is smooth, friction will be less, because this irregularities of the surface, irregularities means having ups and downs, which will interlock the movement of the object. So the rough surface will have more irregularities, so the motion will be interlocked between the surfaces, which increases the friction. In the same way, for smooth surface, the friction will decrease because the irregularities will be less. Clear? That is one factor. And another one, friction is independent of area of contact of the surface. Friction is independent, means does not depend whether the area of contact of the surface is more or less. It does not depend, friction does not depend on the area of contact of the surface, right? And next one, friction is directly proportional to the normal force, means more the normal force, more the friction. This is all what we learned in our previous session. Now in today's class we are going to learn, is friction necessary? Is friction necessary? What is your answer for this, children? Can you tell? Is friction necessary or not necessary? Yes. See here, I will tell you one example as we discussed in previous classes also. Suppose your floor is completely wet in your home. Having soap water on your floor. When you step on that soap water, what will happen? What will happen? Definitely you will be slip. Your leg will get slip and you will fall down. Isn't it? Why? Why it is happening? Because soap water means the friction will decrease. Why the friction will decrease? Why the friction will decrease? Because soap water means it is very smooth. So as the surfaces are smooth, friction is decreasing. As friction is decreasing, what is happening? Your leg is getting slip and you are falling down or not. Suppose friction is absent, friction is not there at all. Here friction decreased because of soap water. For that only you are falling down. Suppose friction is not there at all. What will happen? Yes, what will happen? We cannot walk. You cannot walk. We are able to walk on the floor only because of friction. If that friction is not there, we can't walk. What will happen? You will fall down. Isn't it? In the same way, suppose I am holding the chalk piece. I am holding the chalk piece and writing on the board. Is friction necessary? What is your answer? Yes. So holding the chalk piece and writing, you are able to hold and write. You are holding your pen and writing. You are able to hold this because of friction between this chalk piece and your fingers. They are touching each other or not. So this friction is making you to hold and write. If friction is not there between these two, guess what will happen? Guess? Yes, what will happen? This will fall down. When you are about to write, it will fall down because of absence of friction. Suppose you are having what I say, oil on your fingers. On your fingers, oil is there or some greasy matter is there. Now hold the chalk piece or your pen and try to write. What will happen? What will happen? It will fall down. Why it is falling down? Because that smooth surface, oil will have the smooth surface, make the surface smooth. Grease also will make the surface smooth. Because the surface became smooth, friction has decreased. As the friction decreased, you are not able to write properly. It is slipping down, isn't it? If friction is not there at all, completely friction is absent between these fingers and your pen, what will happen when you try to write? It will fall down. You can't write at all, isn't it? You can't hold the objects. We cannot hold any object. We are able to hold the objects because of friction. In the same way, can the vehicles move on the road? Can a car or bike or anything can move on the road? If friction is not there, can they move on the road? They can't move. Why they can't move? What will happen? The tires will get slip on the road and the vehicle will fall down. Yes or no? Why the vehicle will fall down? Why the vehicles are not falling down now when they are moving on the road? Why they are able to move on the road? Because of frictional force between the tires and the road. Understood? And when you want to stop, what you will do? You want to stop the bike or the car, what you will do? You will apply the brakes. If you apply the brakes, what is happening? The frictional force is increasing between the tire and the road, which is making the vehicle to stop. What will happen if that frictional force is not there? The vehicles cannot stop. What will happen? They will, when you apply the brake, they will skid. They will skid and they will fall down. So, because of frictional force, vehicles are able to move. We are able to walk. You are able to hold the objects in the hand. You are able to write. Carpenters are able to do the work. All this is possible only because of friction. So, now what is your answer? Is friction necessary? Necessary or not? Yes, friction is necessary. So, let us see some of the important points what we discussed up to now. Shall we note down them? You all will note down along with me, children. Okay, I am ready. I hope you all are ready. Why friction is necessary? Is friction necessary? We have discussed and we came to know that it is S. Why it is S? Now we shall note down the points. Okay, let us see what are the points. What will happen if friction is not there? Friction is not there. If friction is not there, what will happen? If friction is not there, then the points. Let us see the points now. What will happen? We cannot walk. Friction is not there. We cannot walk or run. Cannot walk or run. Yes or no? Next. Carpenters will not be able to smoothen the surfaces. Will not be able to smoothen the surfaces. We cannot hold any appliances. Such as hammer, soap, etc. Next, it will not be possible. It will not be possible to write with pen or pencil. Will not be possible to write with pen or pencil. Next, you would not be able to fix a nail to the wall. You would not be able to fix a nail to the wall. And no building could be constructed. No building could be constructed. No building could be constructed. And vehicles cannot move. Vehicles cannot move. So these are the some of the points which proves that friction is necessary. Am I clear, children? Sir, some of the points which proves that friction is necessary. What are the points? Shall we see again? If friction is not there, what all the things we cannot do? We cannot walk or run. Carpenters will not be able to smoothen the surfaces. We cannot hold any appliances such as hammer or soap, etc. It will not be possible to write with pen or pencil or chalk piece or anything. You would not be able to fix a nail to the wall. You want to fix a nail to the wall. What you should do? You will use the hammer and beat on it. But if friction is not there, what will happen to the hammer? It will fall down. So we cannot fix any nails to the walls. No building could be constructed and vehicles cannot move. So all these are the points which proves that friction is necessary. Clear, children? I hope you all understood this. Have you written in your notebook? You should write down in your book. Okay, children? I hope you all wrote this. Right. Now, so all these examples tells the importance of friction. Now, on the other hand, friction is undesirable too in the machinery. Friction is undesirable. What is the meaning of undesirable? Even there are some disadvantages of friction. All this tells about the advantages of friction, right? Some disadvantages are there, mainly in industries, in machines. Why? What is that? Friction produces heat. Because of that heat, what will happen? Machine parts will get spoiled. machine parts will get spoiled. See here. For instance, friction is responsible for overheating and wearing out of moving parts. Friction is responsible for overheating and wearing out of moving parts. Parts will get damaged because of overheat. You need to apply oil or grease to your bicycle parts in order to make it move smoothly. I hope you all experienced this, right? Have you experienced this or not? Yes. What is that? Sometimes your vehicle, your bicycle suppose, will not move smoothly. Your pedals will become very tight to move it. At that time what you will do? Chain also not moving smoothly. What you will do? You will apply the grease or oil on that, isn't it? Because of that what will happen? It will move smoothly. Why it is moving smoothly after applying oil or grease? Because of smooth, it is becoming smooth when you apply that oil or grease. When it becomes smooth, it decreases the friction, make the parts to move freely. Am I clear, children? So some disadvantages are also there. What are that few disadvantages? Disadvantages of friction. Very few disadvantages we are having. What are the few disadvantages? One is, machine parts will get overheated, isn't it? And what will happen? Wearing out of moving parts. Overheating and wearing out of moving parts. So this is the main disadvantage. So what you should do now? You should apply oil. Should apply oil or grease to make it smooth. Understood? So the main disadvantage of friction is overheating. It will become overheating and responsible for wearing out of moving parts, means damaging the moving parts. What you should do at that time? Should apply oil or grease to make the surface smooth. Am I clear, children? So these are all the advantages and that is the disadvantage. I hope I am clear. Right. Now our next topic is friction produces heat. Will it produce heat or not? You all keep your hands like this. Take your palms. Okay. And keep them close, both touching each other. I hope all are following me, doing along with me, right? Now keep like this and you rub both the palms. You rub like that. You rub. Hardly you rub. Yes. Now keep here. How you feel? How you are feeling? Is it hot or not? Yes. Why? Before rubbing. Just don't rub it. Leave it for some time like that. Okay, now keep. Is it hot? No, it's normal, right? It is normal. Now again, do this. Do this. Right. Now again keep. How is it now? Is it hot or not? Yes. Why? Why you got that hotness? Why the temperature has raised for your hands? After rubbing, what happened? Frictional force. When two surfaces are moving, two bodies are moving. When body is moving on the surface of another body, what will happen? It produces frictional force. That frictional force is what? Opposing the motion of the object. Friction is opposing, means not allowing the motion of the object. In this opposition, friction will produce heat. You're understanding, children? In this opposition, not allowing the motion of the object, friction will produce heat. So when you are rubbing, what happened? It became hot because of friction. So friction produces heat. What you understood from this? Friction produces heat. Another best example. You take a matchbox and a matchstick. Okay. Place both side by side, touching each other. Or place that matchstick on matchbox, touching the matchbox. Will you get the fire? Will you get the fire? No, right? Why you are not getting the fire? You will not get. When you will get the fire? What you should do? Yes, take that matchbox, take that matchstick, and what you should do? That end of the matchstick, which is having some chemical is there on that. Okay, that side of the matchstick, what you should do? You rub on the side of the matchbox. Matchbox side, if you observe, rough surface is there. Matchbox one side, this side and this side the surface will be rough. On the top and bottom it is smooth. This side and this side the surface is rough. Okay, for that matchbox, holding this matchstick, you will rub. When you rub, what will happen? You will get the fire. You will see that flame, isn't it? If you don't rub, why you are not getting that fire or flame? Why you are not getting that fire? What is the reason for that? Yes. When you rub, what is happening? Friction. Motion of this matchstick on the surface of the matchbox. So, frictional force is being produced. That friction is producing heat. So, when that heat is produced for that chemical of the matchstick, the chemical started burning and giving that flame. I hope you understood, children. So, only when you rub only, you are getting the flame. So from this what you understood? Rubbing means frictional force. That friction is producing heat. So friction produces heat. Am I clear, children? You understood? Friction produces heat. That is what given in this activity. In this activity 6 you can see. Here rubbing the hands and rubbing the matchstick produces the heat. Next topic is increasing and decreasing friction. How can we increase the friction? How can we decrease the friction? Can you tell? See, small activity we will do, children. You all will be having the spoon, right? You all bring your spoon. Go and bring your spoon, one spoon from your house, from your kitchen, sorry. From your kitchen, bring one spoon. I am giving you 1 second time. Okay, I hope all are ready with the spoon. Right. Now take the spoon and okay, hold the head of the spoon. Head of the spoon with your left hand. Like this you hold. Hold the head of the spoon with your left hand and with your right hand hold the mid portion of the spoon. Okay, hold the mid portion of the spoon tightly with your right hand and the head of the spoon you hold with your left hand. All are doing along with me? Yes. Now hold like this. Now try to pull the spoon from the other end. With this left hand which you are holding, you try to pull the spoon up. Is it coming? It is not coming, isn't it? Because you hold tightly. Now do it. See, is the spoon coming? It is not coming from the hand because right hand grip is more, it is there. So the spoon is not coming outside. Clear, children? Now what you all will do is, this right hand fingers, you dip in the water. Go. Go, dip the right hand fingers in water and come. Fast. 1 second time I will give you. Go. Dip the right hand fingers in water and come. Ready? All your fingers now you dip it in water. Right? Right. Now again do the same way. Left hand. Right hand hold like this. Now if this hand fingers are with water, isn't it? Now again hold. Full right hand you dip it in water. Now again you hold it. Okay? Now drag it. What happened? Somewhat it is coming up, isn't it? It's coming up easily. When you hold without water, it is difficult. Now it is easy. Why? What is the reason? Suppose the same right hand, if we dip in oil or grease, if we dip this in oil or grease and again you hold it, and if you pull the spoon, what will happen? This dipped in oil or grease. Now hold it again and pull. What happened? Easily it will come. Why it is coming easily? Why it is easy to pull the spoon now from the right hand? Why? Because now the surface became smooth. Why the surface became smooth? Because of applying this oil or grease. Surface became smooth. When surface became smooth, what happened? Friction has decreased. There is decrease in the friction. Isn't it? So, how can we decrease the friction? By making the surfaces smooth. Friction will decrease. To increase the friction, what you should do? What you should do to increase the friction? You all know, I think you have seen your school shoes. Bottom of the school shoes. Have you seen? See here, back. What you can observe, see this, why they are grooved, we call them that they are grooved. Is it plain? The bottom of the school shoe or any shoes, not only school shoe, any shoes or your slippers you observe, will they be plain? No, they will be grooved. Why they are grooved? Grooved means like this, threads like one, okay, having the gaps in between. Why it is not complete plain? Why they are grooved like this? What is the reason for that? Even the vehicle tires, you have seen the vehicle tires, will they be complete plain? Will the tire will be plain? No, right? See, like this the tires. Any vehicle tires will be grooved like this. Here see this, the gaps in between, this is called grooved. Why it should be grooved? Why not it should be plain? What is the reason for that? What will happen if it is plain? Just guess. What will happen if the shoe bottom is plain or your slippers bottom is plain, and if the tires are plain, what will happen? What will happen? The friction will decrease and easily you will fall down. While walking you will slip and fall down. To get the hold, to get a better grip, while walking, to get a better grip, and when the vehicle is running, to get a better grip, they should be grooved like this. They should not be plain. What is happening? Because when they are grooved, what is happening when they are grooved? Friction is increasing. It is becoming rough. Rough means friction will increase. When friction increases, it protects us or the vehicles not to fall down. It gives a better grip on the floor and helps us not to fall down. Am I clear, children? You understood? So like this we can increase the friction. Another best example, if you observe any of the gymnasts, before suppose who are holding, they will be holding a rod. Gymnastics they will do. They are called gymnasts. Okay, before they start that, what they will do? They will apply some substance on the hand. Some sand like substance they will apply for the hand. Why they will apply that for a hand? Some coarse substance they will apply on the hands. Why? To get the better grip on that rod which they are holding. If that is not applied, because of sweat and all, the grip will not be proper. It will become smooth because of sweat. So what will happen? Friction will decrease. So they will not get better grip to hold that rod. Then what will happen? They will fall down. Isn't it? So what they should do? They will apply the coarse substance. Then the surface will become rough. Then the friction will increase, so they can hold that rod properly, so that they will not fall down. Am I clear, children? Like this we can increase the friction. And how can we decrease the friction? By smoothing the surfaces. By making the surfaces smooth, we can decrease the friction. How can we make the surfaces smooth? Best example I will tell you, which you know very well. Carom board. Maybe in these holidays, COVID-19 holidays, I hope we should stay at home only. We can't go outside. So maximum your parents and you preferred indoor games. So one of the best indoor game is carom board, isn't it? I hope you all can play carom board, right? Caroms, isn't it? I hope you all can play that caroms. Okay. So when you are playing some 1 or 2 games completed, then the striker will not move smoothly on the carom board. Why? What is the reason? What is the reason? That board became rough. So to make the striker move smoothly, what you will do? On that carom board, you will apply the right. What you will apply? You will apply the powder. Isn't it? You will apply the powder and then again you hit the striker. Striker will move very smoothly. Why? Because of decreasing the friction. Make the carom board surface became smooth because of powder. So powder is one of the substance which will decrease the friction. Am I clear, children? Still, any more examples which will decrease the friction, can you tell? Think and tell me. Yes. One is oil, still grease, oil, grease, powder, all this makes the surfaces smooth. So such substances which decreases the friction, which are used to reduce the friction, are called lubricants. The substances which reduce friction are called lubricants. The substances that reduce friction are called lubricants. Some of the examples of lubricants are oil, grease, powder, etc. Am I clear, children? You understood what is meant by lubricants? The substances which reduce the friction are called lubricants. Some of the examples are oil, grease, powder, etc. So they will be applied, this oil or grease will be applied to overcome this disadvantage of friction, to make the machine parts to move freely. Am I clear, children? This is our today's topic, that about friction, advantages and disadvantages of friction, and how to increase or decrease the friction. In the next session, still some more we will learn more about friction. Thank you.